Good morning and welcome to Momentum Monday with me, Emily McHugh, your Supercharge business coach. I hope you're having a wonderful day as we get started in a new week and that you are ready to supercharge the week ahead. Yes, absolutely. And again, as you know, on Momentum Mondays, it's all about gaining momentum that takes us through the week with what we're working on, our programs, our goals, and our initiatives. And this week in the Supercharge weekly newsletter, and I hope you're all getting your Supercharge weekly newsletter. If not, please subscribe. Go to superchargewithemily.com and you can do /free gift. You'll receive your Supercharge daily checklist or checklist for daily activity. And this week I highlighted the importance of taking 90 minutes at the beginning of your day or early in your day or as early as possible in your day to do that one thing that's really important to move forward with whatever goal that you have, whether it's a business goal or some kind of life goal, whatever it is, and taking that time right up front before you start getting lost in the day, before you start checking the emails, before you start scrolling through Facebook, before you start doing any of that, right up front, you will focus on that one thing that's really important to you. And it really is not the easiest thing to do because there's so many things that have to happen in the morning. Take out the garbage, do this, do that, get the kids ready for school, whatever it is your routine consists of. A lot of things happen first, which is fine because there are things that you have to do. So what makes routines sometimes so bizarre is because we don't think practically. So obviously there's certain things you have to do when you get up in the morning. You have to wash your face, you have to do this, you know those practical things that we all have to do. So I'm not suggesting you do your 90 minutes before that because then you would just never do it. Do all the practicalities, do all the things that you have to do, the routines that are necessary, no matter what, you have to do them every day. And then when all is said and done with those things, then you have this sacrosanct space and time for that 90 minutes or whatever time you can afford. It could be 15 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, as long as it's a dedicated time and space for that one thing that will move things forward, that will give you that momentum to supercharge forward. And it is such a critical exercise to partake in, to make that intentional, conscientious effort that I'm going to dedicate this very specific amount of time to achieve this very specific goal. And I'll share an experience about that in a moment. But first, let me thank Veronica Kolobob. Veronica came on here yesterday for Supercharge Sunday, and she did a fabulous job of talking about supercharging your eating and how to eat deliciously, dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free. So if you missed it, if you missed Supercharge Sunday, make sure you go back and you watch what Veronica had to share. And one of the key highlights that she shared shared many things that were important, but one thing that really stands out for me is people complain about how expensive maybe organic food is or supplements and things of that sort. They can really get expensive, and it's true, it's not the cheapest thing in the world. But quality, people, quality, good food, good nourishment for your body pays off in spades. It's like an investment into yourself. And she highlighted that it's a lot less expensive to eat right up front than to pay for medical bills on the back end, or if you get sick and you have to pay for that. So you have to weigh the costs. And so the whole idea of prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure is something I want to highlight today. So I want to thank Veronica again for really coming on and sharing and about her Facebook group, Eating with V. Go and check it out. She really did add a lot of value, and I know a lot of people got a lot out of her interview as well. So thank you for all those who came, who watched, and who will watch. So I encourage you to go and do that. So I'm going to give you the example that I was about to tell you about, and I'm going to come back to prevention is better than cure as well. I was sharing with you about the 90 minutes. So last week, I decided that I'm going to put this into action more conscientiously for myself as well. And I determined that the one key thing, that if I did that thing for the day, I would feel quite satisfied. So what this does is it takes pressure off your day. You don't feel like you have to do 20 things. You can do one very important thing, and that will make the difference, and it will make room for other things that you need to do as well. So there was a letter I needed to write. For the longest time, I actually wrote the letter, but I hadn't sent it. You always want to edit the letter one more time. You want to make sure it's just right. So I said, look, this letter is going today, and I'm going to take my 90 minutes and devote to whatever editing, whatever you need to do to fix this letter, get it out the door today. And I sat there, and that focus made it kind of relieved my mind of everything else that was like, well, I have this to do, I have that to do. And I just dismissed all of that because this thing I had identified would be this letter I needed to send was the most important thing I needed to do right now. And I sat there and I did it and I sent it off. Hallelujah. I accomplished my goal. And having that cleared, I felt now, okay, now the next thing that's important, I'll make sure that happens on Monday, which is today. And I'll be doing that after I talk to you. And I'll be focusing on that thing. I need to do some updates to my website. And I'm going to go on there and work on that. Actually, the retreats page, the Supercharge with Emily.com/retreats page, I'll be making updates to that. And I'm going to tell you about that in a moment. Okay, so it's really taking pressure off yourself, and also knowing by narrowing down that priority and knowing that that thing that you've chosen is the most essential at this time. And if you struggle with figuring out what is the most essential, and there's so many competing things, then what you have to do at that time is pretty much say to yourself, well, of these three things, which, if I delay any longer, is going to be a bigger problem? Maybe kind of reverse the whole discussion. And if I delay this any longer, I'm going to compound. It's going to slow down other things. Or what of the top things you're looking at has the most impact on other things? So something may be urgent, but it doesn't really impact too many other things. So maybe that becomes less urgent. However, this one thing over here, boy, this really affects this and this and this. So yeah, let me do this. So that's how I kind of narrow it down. Because there's always something that has more of a multiplier effect. And if it has a multiplier effect, I want to deal with that because it's going to cause other issues if I don't deal with that urgently. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Okay, so that's one way of approaching it and helping refine it some more for yourself. So that's how I'm doing it. And let me tell you something, it is really helping. It's giving me a sense of calm, a sense of focus that we so urgently need in order to really continue with the momentum. Yes. So I encourage you to give it a try, whether it's 90 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, early in the day, dedicate that time to accomplishing that one thing that will move you forward in a significant way. Will make a difference. Okay. So, yes, back to the prevention is better than cure now. So prevention is better than cure. So you see this beautiful background behind me? Yes, it's quite lovely. Yes, indeed. This is Sandpiper Bay at Club Med in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And this is the location for last year's virtual retreat that I had. I had the Oasis virtual retreat last October, if you recall. And some of you attended, and you attended virtually. So I had it was like a 3-day retreat, really. And it was a whole idea to kind of get away. You know what retreats are for. They're to get away and prevent problems. That's what they're for. So I decided, wouldn't it be great to have this on a regular basis? Maybe not necessarily go to Club Med every month, but the point is, have the idea of a retreat on a monthly basis where you do step back and reflect and work through things. So I have created my Mastermind, Supercharge Mastermind monthly retreat program. And it's a hybrid program. It's quasi retreat, group coaching, brainstorming, reflection. It's going to be a hybrid of all these things. And the goal of it is prevention is better than cure. So last week I started to share with you my ABC method, my whole ABC system. And A is for avoiding burnout. And that speaks to what Veronica shared yesterday on Supercharge Sunday, that by taking care of your body, nourishing it with the right foods and the right um, nutrients necessary, you're able to prevent a lot of problems potentially and resolve issues as well, medical issues. And so in your business, the same thing applies. As you nourish yourself and give yourself that fuel that you need, your business needs a similar nourishment. And how is your business nourished? It's nourished by addressing the areas that are necessary to sustain it, maintain it, and grow it. And so we're going to, this is not your typical coaching where we're going to dig into like how to do um, certain types of maybe technical business things. That's separate for my academy, which is going to be coming down in the fall. Look out for that. That's where we're going to get into the nitty gritty of certain more technical things. But this is the higher level thinking that usually gets lost because people get lost in the nitty gritty. So there's a time for nitty gritty and there's a time for high level thinking. And you have to be able to flow between both of them and maintain them both. But what I have found from definite personal experience is that most and many entrepreneurs don't take the time for the high level thinking enough on a regular basis. They only kind of deal with it in crisis mode when things are going wrong, there's a problem, and they have to fix it. Then they take the time, because they don't have a choice, to go and deal with it. So what I'm suggesting to you is that you deal with it before it happens. Prevention is better than cure. Anticipate the fact, anticipate the needs of your business so that you can include it in your planning, and then you will know how to deal with it going forward. So many times we get into this reactive mode, and I've shared this before, that we just react to things. You want to be on top of things. And going back to what I'm sharing about that first 90 minutes of the day, it is that whole process of how you move through your business that will allow it to be sustainable. So I'm a very big proponent of what does it take to sustain business success. A lot of people put a lot of energy into starting their business, into getting it off the ground, into getting going. But how do you sustain that for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 20 years? How do you sustain it for that period of time? And as someone who has done that, I'm going to share with you how you can do it too. How do you sustain business growth? Someone who has experienced when businesses fail, how to resurrect a business, refresh it, relaunch it, how to do it, and what could have prevented it from failing in the first place. Okay, and sometimes certain things need to fail because you got to get all the kinks out, and then you start fresh again. So that's okay. That's how we learn and grow. But that's what momentum is all about. So I want to share those insights with you, and I invite you to sign up for the Mastermind Supercharge. Just visit superchargewithemily.com, retreats right here, there, okay? And just scroll down on the page, and it'll say waiting list, and just join, and I will share with you more details very, very soon, okay? So that's what I want to invite you to do. I know today's Momentum Monday is a little longer than usual, but I really want to highlight these points to you because they're so critical for your business success. Taking the time to slow down so you can go faster in the end. That's what momentum is all about. And supercharging is all about. So it's the ABCs. Avoid burnout. Build that strong business foundation. And care for yourself as the engine of your business. Okay, as one of the key engines of your business. Taking that extra care of yourself. And what that means, a big part of taking care of yourself means allowing yourself to slow down, not to feel like you have to do everything in one day. Really kind of go more easy on yourself. Don't be this hustling mad person I don't believe in hustling. I really don't. I do believe in not wasting time and getting things done, but the hustling and the kind of all the time, you burn out. It's no good. Okay? Again, take it from someone who's been there and done that. I know that's not going to work. It's not going to work. I don't care what they tell you on TV. I don't care what they tell you on other YouTube things you may listen to. No, it's not sustainable. And I'm talking about long-term business success, not just for the next few minutes. It's long-term. All right, and finally, I want to request of you. I'm having a birthday challenge. Yay, birthday season, July. So yours truly, by my birthday next week, well, I guess it's this week, the end of the week, July 31st, I am seeking to attain the goal of having at least 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. That's right, people, 100 subscribers. And I'm inviting you to subscribe. That's where you'll see all the Supercharge Sundays, you'll see Momentum Mondays, and other bonuses that I throw in there as well. But I encourage you where you can binge watch, you can have a great time over there on the Emily McHugh YouTube channel. And make sure when you subscribe to me, you'll see my picture, and make sure it's my picture, and then you hit subscribe. That's how you do it. Okay, great. And invite your friends and family and people who you think would really benefit from what I'm sharing here for you. And from that, I will be selecting a winner who will receive a 1-month complimentary access to my Mastermind program. So this is a great opportunity to easily subscribe and easily get chosen for being a part of the Mastermind program. So I invite you to do that. I want to thank you for being here with me today on Momentum Monday. I'll see your comments. Please write your comments in wherever you're watching it, Facebook, YouTube, and I will come back and look at them and respond to them. And if you have any questions at all you want to ask me, please do that there as well. And again, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things that are so necessary as you supercharge through your week. So I wish you another wonderful week ahead. Continue to keep that momentum going. And until next time, make sure to tune in next week Sunday for the next Supercharge Sunday. It's going to be another intriguing Supercharge Sunday, as it is every week. And stay tuned for the newsletters as well coming out this week as well, the Supercharge newsletter. All right, guys, thank you. Have a wonderful week and stay supercharged. Yes. Bye.